We're going live, apparently. That's apparently a thing that we're doing. Trying to split my screen. Can I get my browser on the same screen as my OBS, please? Please. Please. While everybody's coming in, if you're watching this on a VOD, we're going to start with Stirling Albion. So if you've not seen the last episode of Stirling Albion, you might want to just click off at this point and come back later. But we will probably switch to my relegation ranger save once we get there. If you're in the chat, say hello so I can see if my chat is working in my OBS. I don't actually see anything. What is happening? Streamlabs, where's my chat? It says that there's 7 people watching. But I don't see... Oh, there it is! I wish it would give more of an indication, let's be honest. But maybe that's just... a user error on my part, folks. We'll give it a minute while everybody's coming in. I get everything else set up. Had to install some graphics drivers right before we went live. That was a good time. Excellent time. Hello, Steve Scott. Sorry, I didn't see that. I see it in YouTube, but not in my OBS. That's strange. Hello, Belladonna. Hello, fellow kids. SI finally fixed every bug. Yay. I'm suspicious. Volume? Is the volume a bit low? Is that what you mean? Testing. Yeah, it does look a little low, doesn't it? I have to move this when I am teaching my kids. Is this any better? Let me know, my fellow kids. I guess I should probably open up the browser. Yeah, it's a bit low. Thank you for that feedback. Now, is this better? I'm waiting for folks to come in. If you weren't here at the very beginning, what are you doing? We're going to start with reviewing the patch. I have 1 game left in the season with Stirling Albion. I've been waiting for this moment, for this patch, before I was willing to get into like transfer window stuff, because apparently the loan screen has been broken from quite some time, and so I've only had 1 loan in. I've had several loans out, so I'm waiting to see if that got fixed before we move forward. Maybe I didn't move the mic close enough. I'm not sure. I think it's where it normally goes. I don't think I've touched anything in the software. That's way up, so hopefully that sounds a lot better in your ears. Hopefully that sounds a lot better in your ears. All right. I think it's enough time. It's been about 4 minutes since we went live here. The first thing I want to say, while I take a swig of my protein shake, is this a lot. I have not read through the entire list. I've actually been teaching my kids history, and logged on and saw there was a big kerfuffle, and so went, oh, okay, kerfuffle. Let's go see what's going on. And like this thing's it slaps. I mean, look at all the scrolling we're doing. That is insane. It turns out if you don't put out a patch for like 2 weeks, you've got time to work on some stuff. And then we'll hop into the game and see if it's actually different, because it's one thing to say that it's different, as we all know, and it's another thing for it to actually be different. And while you're loading in here, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. So, it looks kind of small on the screen. Let's do this. I'll move the browser. Maybe that's a little bit easier to see, and we can scroll. First thing I want to say, Kyle. one of the admins on the forums. Props to Kyle. Kyle must get so much crap. Because he's one of the faces of the forums and replies to people and all that kind of stuff. So my hat is off to Kyle. The update brings a wealth of bug fixes, including match day shouts, which some people don't care about. Even if it's a placebo, I will take a match day shout because I'm tired of just watching the game. It gives you something to do. So I'd like to hear from. There's 20 people in the chat. If you enjoy a shout or not, I want to see from you in the chat. Updated match engine with various improvements. I mean, there's a list of some of the improvements. I think it's kind of interesting. I guess this is like the table of contents. Extensive polish and refinement done to the user interface. I don't think they've gone back to FM24, but we'll see. Fully customizable attribute coloring. For those of you that are like, I miss having neon green for a 15 versus a 17 or whatever. Okay, great. Various tweaks and improvements to transfers. Added ability to schedule friendlies for youth teams. Oh, I have been waiting for does that mean I have to do it? Because I've been waiting for my coaching staff to like schedule some so that I can, one, develop my players at Stirling Albion, and two, send my unmatched fit youngsters I pulled up down, and they schedule one like every 6 weeks. So there you go. Updated various competitions and rules. Scottish Cup, lads. Is that what's coming? That's definitely Scottish. Okay, so no pass maps or heat maps. I'm reading the chat here in case you're watching. And opposition instructions are still broken. And then I love a shout, especially when losing. And yes, we enjoy the shouts. It's nice to see happy green faces. Again, people say like, oh, they said they didn't even work. It's like, no. They said they didn't work how they intended for them to work, which I think I read means it's because it happens at the end of the highlight rather than live. But it's like, I kind of think that's a little bit of like, do we really? I just want something to do. Yeah, Belladonna, I'd be curious if they've made any adjustments. Like, typically it's like encourage or berate for me. You know, it used to be, Loki Doki had cheeky, calm, concentrate. And then levers like demand more, but all right. Improvements to the news shown for the For You news tab, because we're trying to improve immersion and functionality to import and export attribute templates in the in-game editor. I don't even know what that means. I'm guessing it means like you're importing something from that you keep saved that I want to create a new Wonder Kid or something like that. The majority of changes in this update will be immediately compatible. I'm going to scroll up so you can see it with existing save games. But most competition and rule changes will only take effect from the following season, with some needing a new save file entirely. That's not good. I mean, if the sentence ended here, that would be okay. So it sounds like the Scottish Cup, which I got a replay, which again I'm not really complaining about because we got paid for it. That will roll into the next season. I'm curious which ones need a new save file entirely. Maybe it is like stuff with MLS and like crazy rules. And they aim to make the available on the next platform next week. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I like how here's our giant list, but it's non-exhaustive because we're not organized enough to tell you everything we fixed. I don't know if that's harsh. Or it's like we fixed stuff that people don't care about, but you think it'd be more impressive if it was an exhaustive list of things we changed. The fixtures table has changed. Typher Blanco 4043. I don't know what that means. I guess we'll take a look at it. You don't see the goal scorers on the left screen. So they've broken that. Is that what you're saying? Well, let's look here at the technical items. Crash and stability, great. Never complaining about that. In-game translations, great. Added customization options for you to be able to choose attribute and position coloring. Position coloring? Was that ever a thing? Like this is I don't even need to show you this. This is what it's showing. So you can change. Oh wait, no. Oh, okay. So you can change whether it's what you consider excellent, what you consider good, and what you consider average, and then you can change the colors. You can make it completely customizable, and you can do it for the positions. Was that ever for the position? I don't think I ever changed position colors. Sounds like SI just covering all with might work but broken and you need to restart a save thing. Yeah, that probably makes sense, right? Fix an issue with custom files, set piece, tactics, etc. could not be loaded if they were renamed in the File Explorer. Okay, that's if you're like downloading somebody else's tactics. I don't do that. I don't enjoy gaming that way, but if you do, it's fixed. Great. Various improvements to saving, selecting custom training schedules. Have you rebuilt the training UI? Because that's what I'm curious about, to be honest with you. Fixed an issue where the fixture tab wouldn't appear when viewing the calendar via a keyboard shortcut or the bookmark button. We're gonna go right into that because that surprisingly annoyed the absolute crap out of me. All right, so that's what they're saying is they have a bookmark right under bookmarks. You can add obviously fixture schedule or whatever you want. And in the last update, they broke it to where this would take you to the calendar, and now it takes you to the it does look different. It's like reformatted. Why is it so wide? Why is it so wide? I mean, it's fixed. The button works, but I can't resize the columns. And so I guess yay. Hey, Harkmad, we're just getting into it. I just read the table of contents and we're looking at they've fixed the fixture bookmark to actually take you to the fixture schedule, which I know is a shock. That's like, that you'd want to do that. So in the last patch, like whatever, two weeks ago, you would click this and it would actually take you to like this, and like fixtures wasn't even loaded. Like it was clearly that they've built a previous screen and they just pointed the button to the wrong screen. So what if you normally go to fixture schedule? You mean from like the portal overview? If I go here, yeah, it's fixed. It's fixed. The button takes you to the correct screen. The screen doesn't look as good, I don't think, because this is bumped way over. It's even got the dates. I don't read dates this way. Like, is that a setting in preferences? If I go to my preferences, what would that even be under? Weekly, month, day, year. So this, in my opinion, should read like February 21st, 2026. It doesn't. It doesn't. So at least the button takes you there, because it is more annoying if you click the button and it takes you to the wrong spot. So, but the spacing is just like, okay, what I think this is it's literally like the more that this keeps happening, I understand that like they have to design for a wide range of screen sizes. But like hearing Miles say he plays on like a 16-inch laptop or whatever, I bet this looks a lot better on a 16-inch laptop. I don't know. I bet it's not as spaced out. It's like, why can't you give me the ability to? But anyway, they fixed the button, so like credit to them for that. But just like now it's completely crunched over. Yeah, it's technically better. I guess that's why that's under the technical section, right? We got technical. We're in the technical section. Let me get back to my screen. We're not to the user interface section. So technically the button works. It just doesn't work how you would want it to work. Or it doesn't look how you'd want it to look. But anyway. Improve the drag and drop functionality for moving players within the squad planner. Oh, squad planner. I thought that was the squad, like the tactics screen. So I'm hoping we get down further and it's like, oh, you changed formations. I'm not gonna put your striker in at center back. Like I'm gonna be more logical about it, but maybe not. Fix an issue with database language cannot be set separate to game language. Okay. Fixed a very rare issue. Okay, don't care about that. Fixed an issue preventing users from attending a job interview with a custom database ported from FM24. So this is like some FM24 weirdness. reworded all descriptions of the keyboard shortcuts. What? What? First off, where it's shortcuts. So they rewrote this? Why? Does anybody have any idea what? Oh, sorry. There we go. They rewrote these words. Go to portal. Go to squad. Navigation back. What did it say before? I kind of want to know. I guess I could switch back to the non-beta path, but it's kind of what? You already accept that it's football, not soccer. Just accept our better metric date system as well. I can get behind the metric system, and I can understand the logic of it being a day and then a month and then a year. I just can't. My brain just can't. But anyway, I think that's funny that we've rewritten the shortcut text, and that is worth mentioning. It must have been bad, I guess. Was it like bad translation? Like, I have no idea. Added a tooltip on processing speed, estimated game speed on quick advanced start. Okay, I'm not going to start a new save right now, but we'll take a look at that. I just saw a spike in some people coming in. If you are just coming in, hit the like button. You can now customize your attribute colors. You can customize what turns excellent, good, and average. You can even change your positions. We're not that far into this extensive list, so you've not missed much if you're just coming in. DC 19904, the patch is somehow almost worse than the previous one. It has left many bugs untouched, broken other things, including scouting and individual training. What is it broken in scouting? I'm not there yet. Match engine, experience, and animation changes. Introduced, reintroduced, shouts. Shown below. That's where shouts are going to be. Right up next to everything else that you do. Okay? Great. Tweaks to the frequency of players shooting at the near post from tight angles. That's big. If it's fixed. They've got it mentioned, so I'm going to clap it until I experience it. The number of times I've had wingbacks and they just drive at the post and then take a shot when there's clearly like two guys in the middle of the box that they could pass to for a tap in is maddening. Improvements to defender reactions against opposition dribbling. Fantastic. Are you saying that they stop running in the wrong direction? Ooh, this could be good. I've not played it, but it could be good. Tweaks made to the line defenders hold when defending in their own box. Okay, I've not noticed that specifically as much, but I have noticed, again, like, players just ignoring, wingers running by. Improved attacking movement of players during counterattacking transitions. Okay. This is all kind of related. If it's actually fixed, I got no complaints. Steve Scott, there needs to be a big if said with all these fixes. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Big if. Various other match AI tweaks, which is non-specific. Fixed an issue where the disallowed goal caption appeared earlier than the VAR animation, which is like, I think that happened at FM24. Fixed an issue where substitution at halftime were not immediately applied if the tactics screen was still open. How? Oh, like if you made the substitution on the tactics screen at halftime and hit continue, it wouldn't go through, which would be wonky. Youth coaches now rotate more. Great. Again, it mentioned, if you just joined us, it mentioned earlier that they'll actually schedule friendlies. So it's like, yay. That's a big step. Now they're going to rotate in those friendlies. Fix an issue where floating floodlights appeared in nighttime matches when using tactical or dynamic sideline cameras. Okay, so like that's a rendering of, whatever they put into the game. Makes sense. Fix the captain indicator not appearing in the UEFA Conference League's pre-matchup lineup. Not there yet with Stirling. Fix an issue where a red card would incorrectly show for both teams in men's Champions League matches. How does that happen? Winter ball's no longer used if the weather is only raining. Uh-oh. Oh, have we nerfed raining? Fix an issue where event captions were shown all at once. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm dropping my internet connection. Just decided to go. Let me know if you could see me if you're in the chat. I got like a notification that OBS had dropped, but like I don't think it was an OBS thing. I think it was my internet. Sorry. Sorry about that, lads. Hey, in UFC Pro 90, I just my stream just disconnected. So okay, people are saying it's back. It's back. This is fantastic. I got an email overnight that said the local utility is going to start installing fiber to homes, even if you didn't request it. So like they're going to be digging up my neighborhood. Fantastic. Well, sorry about that. Hold on a second. Just checking a thing. Checking a thing. Okay. I'm going to wait like a good 15 seconds here. While we're waiting, I guess I'll pop over to Twitter and say we're live. They did the same here. We got the choice to be connected to fiber for free. People who didn't need to pay extra now. Yeah, mine is more like we're going to give you the option to have the service. And so to do that, we have permission to dig up everyone's yards and ruin everything. Cookie Monster. Okay, let's. Now that we've bounced back from the stream disconnecting randomly, if for some reason the stream disconnects, you can find the links to the Discord below. I will always post in the Discord what's going on from my phone. And I'll also drop on Twitter what's going on as well. So follow me in those locations. All right. Improvement side to the match momentum graph. That's what I think the last thing that I said before everything went dark on you. I'm curious to see that. So we will get into a match because it's just a random bar chart. It doesn't tell you anything. In one of the episodes I had, Sterling was supposed to be wearing our purple kits. I don't think we were. Or maybe we were, but the graph was still red. Ask them to dig a swimming pool while they're at it. Yeah. 2D classic. I guess if you're team 2D, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. But like managers and medical staff are not called correctly. Goal nets will not correctly move when a goal is scored. Ball will now be sized appropriately when the ball is in the air. Like that sounds great. Is that only if you're because wait a second. Is the 2D is that the thing in the game no matter how you're watching, or let's see. Is that match day? I guess that's the thing if you only it must be the 2D thing on the 3D if you're watching in 3D. I couldn't remember if there was actually a 2D mode where all you got was 2D. I guess that would be whatever, commentary only. No, because commentary only is the bug that I got where it just gives you a random set of colors that are moving. Yeah, correct. Okay, so they've fixed some 2D stuff. That's interesting. It happens so fast with how I watch the games that like I don't know if I'm ever going to notice the goal nets moving in the ball. But if that's your thing, if you're team 2D, then like, congrats. Extensive polish and refinement done to the user interface. Great. Made the squad comparison screen within the scout report. Okay. Within a specific report from a scout on a player. Wage budget payroll on tiles and widgets will now display in the correct weekly, monthly, yearly format in line with user preferences. I think I saw that as a bug. Like even if you had chosen like whatever weekly or annual, it wasn't giving that to you. JCZ 487 2D Classic is viewed during highlights, not the thing in between. Oh, during highlights. That's a setting. I don't play 2D, so if you're Team 2D, you're happy, I guess. Transfer activity tile now states the number of days until the window opens and closes. Okay. Yay. Added a recently viewed players option on players. On the player comparison screen. Yes, thank you. Does it show? Let's go look at that. Does it show their position? Let's go to my short list. And we're just gonna do a thing. We're gonna go look for Charles Ondo. Comparison. Recently viewed players. Okay, I've looked at other players in the game. I guess it must be moving forward from the patch because I've looked at players recently, in the game previous to streaming this. But it must be I've only looked at one player since I got the patch, therefore he's the only one available. And it has is that even listed in the notes? That's big. This to me is big that it has the positions. Like, Sports Interactive. Thank you. Like, I know that's not that hard to go like, this part of the database, this column, their name, and this column over here, their positions. But like, I'm really happy with that. I guess if we go look at, I don't know, let's go find another one. Let's go back. Ben Radcliffe, and now I click comparison, select. Now I can go, oh, fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. And, wait a minute. They've got it oriented correctly. That's big. This is a big update. This is one of the things I noted in one of my first videos about FM26 is that this was flipped 180 degrees the wrong way. So like, this would have been a number 10, an attacking midfielder center, right? Yeah, I understand, Cookie. Right. Yeah, they added something we already had. Of course. They put out a broken game, and it's partially because they outsourced it. And those people that they outsourced to only did what was asked of them in the spec, is my guess. I don't know that for sure. So they wouldn't have known, because they don't play the game, oh, this always goes goalkeeper on this side of the screen to striker. I mean, sorry, the other way. They've got me confused. From goalkeeper to striker. So the fact that they've got this correct, that's a big deal. And that you can I switch? Oh, I can switch here. Can I compare the guy against himself? That's funny. You can compare him to, oh, this guy looks identical. He's crazy. This is amazing. It's not an American company. It's actually a Polish company. Don't be bashing Americans on an American stream. Come on, bro. That's big. All right. I'm eating my candy. I apologize. Somebody's got to eat the Halloween candy, and I know a guy. The eye tooltip will now appear next to the players on Goal 50 and next-gen news items. Okay? Users can now add players from their youth squads to the squad planner. How silly is that you couldn't do that? Fix an issue where the commercial summary news did not display names or shirt numbers for most sold shirts. That just makes me randomly think of, if you watched those Sterling episodes recently, my goalkeeper hasn't had a number at the bottom of the match. I wonder if that's fixed. We'll play a game and we'll see. User can now open pass match report when playing in low resolution. Don't care, I'm not on low resolution, but good for them. The clear all button now functions as intended when viewing a list of player recommendations. Okay. The correct fixture result now appears in club site about club latest results. What? Where's that? Here? This doesn't say latest results. About club? Oh, this random thing down here was wrong. Okay, fine. Switch it back. Fixed an issue where in possession, out of possession roll tiles would sometimes show the incorrect position for players. Okay, I just wanted to logically think if I swap somebody in that it does it correctly. Own goal scores are no longer duplicated in the calendar. Club hyperlinks and club reports now function as intended. Recruitment focus tile now correctly displays the active number of focuses instead of the total number of focuses. Active. I've not done a lot of scouting because the game nuked my scouting budget very quickly. I don't know if it mentions that. I haven't gotten that far on the list, but I'm hoping that's been fixed. Would that incorrect position showing have something to do with the fact they had the pitch turned around? What do you mean, Cookie? I think it was literally that whatever they were using to modify the image or whatever, they just did it 180 degrees wrong in the settings. Hey, Ricardo, thanks. What part of Portugal are you from? Fix an issue where the FM menu couldn't be closed using the X button upon loading a save game. I've had that in other parts, so I wonder if that's also fixed, where it's like, uh-oh, you click X and it like closes the window behind you and like takes you back, but like you can't do anything. So I'm curious if that's just in one section or all the time. We're gonna get there, Hornstrup Schmidt. We're gonna see the shouts. I'm gonna play a match. What I pointed earlier out when you made the joke, the striker was in the defender position when I looked. On the comparison, I thought the comparison was right. Maybe I'm just confused and not understanding. This is the joys of it not being, live. So this is striker. Oh, you can actually select it. Could you have selected it in the past? I don't think so. But anyway, it now runs correctly. I wonder if that's the same on the youth intake previews. No, I mean, at the end of the day, Bill, like, fair play, right? I think I've been fair with Sports Interactive. People have said about the sneeze. This is great content. People have said that they're tired of negativity around FM26. I feel like SI deserve to be held accountable, but I feel it would be incorrect of me to complain about shouts and that the game is broken and then throw flack at them when they go fix the things that they broke. So, like, I'll take a win. I get, like, the alternative is the game sucks, so. Michael, the defenders still don't seem to understand that strikers can't be offside on a backwards pass cross. Other than that, the matching just seems much better. All right, I've not gotten there yet, Michael, but hopefully you're right. Sorry, I was showing a comparison to Charles Ondo, and I just forgot to take the browser down. Great content. I'm good at this live stuff. The medical center tile now displays the correct icon on players at risk of injury. What? This still hangs open. Fix this. Ugh. Is it this icon? I have not looked at the screen. And I would also ask you, viewer, all 47 of you, besides hitting the like button, when you go to the medical center, wouldn't it make sense just to have one giant list? Isn't that what used to happen in FM24? You'd have like your very high risk people here, and then your high risk, and then your increased injury risk, and so on and so forth. Why do I have to? This is what makes it feel so clicky. It's like, Do I really care? Am I ever in a million years going to click on low injury risk people? Let me make sure I've got no low risk injury. Like, this should just be a list, in my opinion. That's a design decision, but I just think that's a bit strange. Like, great that they fixed whatever icon was broken, but I just go like, what? Just give me a list. That's overcomplicating a thing, and that's such an easy win where people have said like the game feels very click heavy. Just put it in the list. Just put it in one list. I don't need 5 or 6 different categories of injury risk. And I'd like to see the data on how many people click on that medical center, period. Okay. The shortlist tile now updates in real time. Is that under recruitment? I don't know what that means. Maybe that means if I... Okay. We're going to click on Charles Ondo. I'm going to go back. And then we're going to remove him. And now add him. So I guess it refreshes live. The transfer window tile no longer displays as closed when the user declines to make an offer message. Decline. Windows closed. What? The match momentum legend now matches. The match momentum legend now matches the displayed colors in the card and tile. Oh, that's what I was talking about with Stirling Albion, where we had purple kits on, and the legend was, I think, purple, but the graph was actually red. It was like dark red versus red, which is confusing. Okay. Enable sorting by player and by expected playing time and playing time expectations for new season portal message. Okay. Defensive line tile no longer appears twice in all instructions out of possession tab. Defensive line tile no longer appears twice in all instructions out of possession tab. I guess this was listed twice. Is that what that means? Or this tile was listed twice? Maybe? It now no longer is? Okay. Fine. Good. Yippee. Yippee-ki-yay. Tactics evaluation will now display correctly when first opened. Fixed an issue where marked specific player lists of players only appeared after reopening the instruction card. Okay. Many pitches weren't appearing in the formation picker suggested tab. Many pitches weren't appearing in the formation picker. Okay. Like if you go create a tactic, there were 2 defensive line icons. That's hilarious. You could have your defensive line play high and low. Probably not. Probably you would think they'd be connected, but you never know. You never know. Maybe it's completely separate. Fix an issue where the season date text displayed within the transfer card was incorrect. The XG bar will now be colored correctly on the data hub card. Fix the squad planner type not being highlighted when opening. Okay. Squad planner type tab. I really have to sneeze. I apologize when that happens in your eardrums. Squad planner type tab. What? What does this mean? Fix the squad planner type tab not being highlighted when opening. I'm going to pause, right? Does anybody in the chat have any idea what this means? I was checking my Sour Patch Kids to make sure the wrapper was empty. I apologize. Squad planner type tab not being highlighted when opening. This is that what this means? Like you would open it, but this wouldn't be highlighted? Maybe that's what that means. I'm not sure. We'll move on. Doesn't seem that important. I mean, it's important, clearly, but in context. Various search filters within the player database now function as intended. I just love when there's stuff that says as intended. We meant for you to be able to search. It didn't. Oh gosh, you have to laugh, right? Various search filters within the player database now function as intended. International caps, scouting knowledge, days since last scouted, player footedness, to name a few. It's like a little hint of something. Ooh, there's more. There could be more that actually works. Position map now displays the public for youth candidates. I reported that like a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago at this point, where it was vertically flipped the wrong way. It's like every map was done the wrong way. Except like on the player card. Improve the color contrast of the reset button and the card's background on the code of conduct message. Contrast. This seems important. Various tweaks to men's transfer values across multiple nations. I've not run into that too much because I'm playing in the 4th division in Scotland, but were they too high or too low in your experience? I'd like to hear from you in the chat. Tweaks made to AI clubs loan offers. Okay. Kurt on the radio. I sometimes read change logs for games I'm not interested in just to see what stuff they mess up and fix. Now works as intended is a good one. That's pretty funny. Tweaks made to AI club loan offers. Is that just when you go offer a player to them, or you try and get a loan? We've got a player to try and loan, so we'll do that. Tweaks made to intermediary suggestions. I would like so stuff like this where I go, can I get a little bit more, because this is so vague. You could not have actually fixed anything, and I still wouldn't know. Right? Like, does this mean that your intermediaries were coming to Stirling Albion, which have a 40-something thousand euro transfer budget, and suggesting players that cost 500,000? And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Because I definitely had a suggestion of a player that was above our transfer budget, but I don't know what this means. I understand they don't want to like reveal too much of under the hood, but like, tell me what you fixed so I could then confirm whether you fixed it or not. Improve various transfer-related logics for Saudi clubs. Improve wage and transfer budget distribution logic for AI clubs. So that sounds like, I probably can't see their finances, can I? That sounds like either clubs were not spending as much money on wages and spending more on transfers, or they're spending more money on transfers than on wages, and they needed to balance that out. Is the spacebar working now, or wasn't that mentioned yet? I've not gotten to that. What the spacebar wasn't working? I thought the spacebar had been working. They fixed that a while back. Did they break it again? I thought it was working for me. Still can't use the arrow keys. Bill Miller 2368. To do what? I don't use arrow keys. Like I guess I've been click happy, I guess. So I'm kind of curious what, again, like what does this mean? Improved device consistency between transfer and contract negotiations. Consistency. I don't know what that means. Improvements made to the AI transfer negotiations when using buyback fees or alternate transfer dates. So hopefully that means if you were like breaking the game by like putting in buyback fees or something like that, that's now fixed. Alternate transfer dates, like to me, I think that's probably like at end of season or end of next season or something like that. Reduce the transfer budgets for women's team to be more realistic in relation to club finances. My next question. I was going to take a drink to clear my throat. Tweaks to player wage demands in women's football. So you're telling me Alexandra probably shouldn't have asked for 2.5 to 3x her wages? Is that what we fixed? Alexandra Happ on my Wolfsburg save. Improved AI logic when using buyback clauses in women's football. So again, some weird things going on with buyback clauses, so they've worked on that. Tweaks to player interest for high-profile free agents. Fix an issue where AI clubs would include future fees and loan deals for players with less than 12 months remaining on their contract, which obviously doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I could finally open the Wolfsburg save back up and complete some contract signings, even though I've already replaced the players. Added a sign replacement first option back into the main transfer negotiation. Was that gone? I haven't. A lot of this transfer stuff I haven't experienced because I've been with Sterling. We have no transfer budget. So it's like, hey, I'm willing to sell that player, but let me sign somebody first. Was that just missing? AI clubs will now set more realistic goals there in negotiations for loan players. Oh, this could be huge. Chat. We'll see here. Alan Damaraki, I'm coming for you, baby. Fix an issue where AI clubs would ask for a loan back of a player who was already out on loan. Meaning we just didn't code to think that, again, I'm not saying this is something because they outsource it, but you can't loan back a player that's already on loan? I didn't realize that was a thing that happened in football because I'm not a football manager developer. I'm an outsourced. I could be wrong, but that just sounds like something that, we didn't think to put up like guardrails around that. Tweaks made to ensure AI clubs only make offers they can afford. Oh my gosh, there's so much on the transfers. Fix an issue where a user would receive transfer offers when selecting multiple players to be loan listed. Yeah, okay, that would be annoying. Improve the messaging surrounding users who are unable to enter contact negotiation for a player that has no interest. I gotta read that again because the word says users. Improve the messaging surrounding users who are unable to enter contract negotiation for a player that has no interest. Improve the messaging. Should it say players? Improve the messaging surrounding. It's if you're the user. I gotta like process this. Improve the messaging surrounding when I am unable to enter contract negotiation for a player that has no interest. Got it. So the player, it's like, don't bother. Okay. So they've improved the messaging around that. That's worded weird. Fixed an issue where a player would lose work permit after joining permanently in a mandatory future fee deal. Hey, old lady plays, no problem. So you go sign a player on a loan who has their work permit. They transfer clubs and their work permit disappears. And the buying club is like, wait a minute. That's funny. Wage percentages now populate correctly when the user switches from transfer offer to loan tab. Okay. Reduction in the number of non-negotiable transfer offers made by the AI for youth players. That's so annoying. Take it or leave it. Adjustments made to how AI clubs offer minimum fee release clauses. Users can now offer a player near retirement a staff-only contract. Thank you. Player wage will now display correctly, even if exceeding the maximum amount the user can offer within the contract offer tool. Is that when The agent comes back and says he wants this much, and it's like above what you can offer. Fixed an issue when offering a player via our fancy new transfer room caused the action to be inactive for a month. That's problematic. The correct reasoning will now be given when you, and I bet that's like start 0 versus start equals 1 or 2, like months in advance, and they just coded it wrong. The correct reasoning will now be given when user selects cancel proposal for player currently under offer within transfer amount card. Wage budget now updates in real time within the recruiting budget style when users alter the budget. That's so simple. Good. It should have not been broken, but at least they fixed it. If you're just joining us, they've fixed a lot of things that shouldn't have been broken, but they fixed them. Hit the like button for that. Fixed an issue where the set for the release and instruct director of football to negotiate renewal actions did not function correctly within the contract, blah, blah, blah. Inside the message. Okay. So the message you get in your inbox, your portal, whatever it's called. The correct amount that is to be deducted for next season's transfer budget will now be displayed within the set to move. Okay. Sorry. Offer contract action will now become enacted after making an offer for a player. Do you want to offer them over and over? No, let's remove it. The playing monthly fee will now correctly display on the loan offer messages. Fix an issue with the wage after reaching international appearances clause not functioning correctly for players who already have caps. So we can't do math. Cool. Fix an issue where the wage percentages when offering a player out via transfer would sometimes appear as in A. I want to go in. We're going to go in and see if we can get Alan Damaraki, because Tweaks made AI club loan offers. Wage and transfer budget. No, wait. Where was it? More realistic goals during negotiations for loan players. Let's go see. Because Alan Damaraki's club has said, we want him to experience a different environment, which is like, the heck does that mean? We just got promoted. Now I can't loan him at all. What? It's May 1st. He's on contract until June 30th, 2027 with Norwich. He's on loan with us until May 31st. Is it because it is May 31st? I mean, I'm in the month of May. Can I close this? Okay, I got nervous. Why can't I offer him? But why? Cookie Monster. Yeah, I get this. He cannot be made at this time. He cannot be loaned out to Stirling Albion at this time. Why? Let me try something. Just a second. I'm going to load a previous save point. Just a second. It's loading. Okay, so that's broken. He can't be loaned because he's already loaned. It was giving me the option before to attempt to loan him. That is broken. Like it was giving me different feedback. It was saying essentially like, hey, they want to challenge him in a different environment, but an offer with an appropriate transfer future fee, which didn't make sense. I guess they were only offering me like the ability to loan him until like December of 2026, but it was still giving me the option to loan him. So now I can't loan him at all, even if I offered €1 million as a transfer fee, a mandatory fee. I cannot loan him at all because they broke it. Chat. What are we doing with our lives? What are we doing with our lives? Actually, let me show you this. While we're here, we're going to take a breather. I want to show you this goal. We scored in the 95th minute. Let's see if this works, or if it just crashed the game. I specifically kept this as a save point because, okay, let me give you the context. The clock fixed itself. Great. There's +5 in this game. We're in 94-12. It's 1-1. We are pushing. Okay, we're trying to. I can't remember if we'd won the title or whatever. We should be winning this game. We're not. It's raining. Welcome to Scotland. Let's watch what happens here. I'm on attacking. That's important context. Hoofs it long. Great. Headed away. Great. Okay. Jacob Fleming. I'm like, dude, you got to pass right here. What are you doing? Nope. He hesitates and he passes it back to Sam Denham. Let's count. Boom. Touches the ball. 94-41. We're on attacking. We're on attacking. We're trying to win the game at the end of the game. Sam Denham, from 41, just stands on the ball and passes it between 45 and 46. He spends a good 4 or 5 seconds having a drink, thinking about going to get a meat pie, and then passes it. And it's like, what are you doing? And then Crane does this, and Hilson does that, and we still score. But it was like, what is going on? And let's see if this fixes, because now when you hit continue up here, it would actually continue in your game. It doesn't. Yay. I mean, really. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. I'm actually going to open up Notepad so I can put in a bug. Loaning players currently on loan. No work. No worky. That's disappointing. Because I wanted to reloan Alan Damaraki. Now, we could wait, I guess. He leaves and we could try and reloan him, but it's like, it was giving me the option before the patch, and now I can't. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. Improvements to variety and relevance of news shown on the For You News tab, okay? Oh, fixed issues related to the UEFA Nation coefficient calculation for bonus points and playoff round results. Now, they said they fixed it before, and they didn't. Now is it fixed? I will wait and check the forums, because somebody had done all kinds of math of how it was still not doing it correctly. Users can now arrange friendly for youth team squads. Why doesn't the manager? Why doesn't the manager? Please, please tell me. I also find it incredibly difficult to get to the fixture list of the youth setup. Why do we have... we went from November 18th to February 14th without a friendly. And if I click off, just in case that has something to do with, you know, the screen not loading. Nope. Why doesn't the manager do it? Irritating. Irritating. Fix an issue where under 21 players with 2+ years in the Copa are unable to play in the Champions League. Yep. Fix an issue where you could register more players than required via the Ask Assistant Pick option. Interesting. Oh, added some new press conference questions surrounding player performance and tactic topics, because we've had the same ones for 3 years now. That's good. Improved attribute distribution for new-gen goalkeepers. You're saying the guy I just got is not elite? What's going on? Fix an issue where the user would be informed about female youth players being released and playing in the men's league and vice versa. Oh, chat. Fix an issue where youth candidates item would appear multiple times within the portal message. Okay. Functionality added to send B team staff on coaching courses. Fix an issue where text incorrectly stated that signing a player would help fulfill the. That's not even spelled correctly, is it? Or is that British fulfill? The development of players using the club's youth system objective. Fix an issue where there was no option in a team unhappiness meeting to explain that a player wanted you to accept a transfer offer. Why did you let him go? He told me he to. And the guys sitting there going like, I didn't tell him that. Fix an issue where the prize money message incorrectly stated the club drew when in fact they won. Changing the collective win bonus now happens in real time. More accurate commercial income for high reputation women's football clubs. That's good. AI teams will no longer actively attempt to recruit managers when their league is not loaded in the database. Good. Wait. Let's go back. Are you saying like as a manager at a league that you didn't have loaded would try and poach you? Is that what that means? I guess it says manager, so it could mean like trying to poach, other managers throughout the game, but that would be funny. Like you go accept a job not realizing you don't have the league loaded and then you're fired. Various improvements made to AI club logic when sacking their managers. Okay. Fix an issue where a player would get upset over being sold despite only leaving on loan. Meeting summaries display correctly. Fix an issue where the board will always give you more time in the last chance meeting. Just keep kicking the can down the road. Human managers will not get offered a new contract by the board. Okay, I saw that bug. I was a little worried about that, to be honest with you. I finally got offered a contract. But I was nervous because I was like, wait a minute. The club vision choices will no longer include the preliminary rounds if you qualify directly for the UEFA Champions League. Nice. Belladonna, with so many bugs, what are the chances long-term saves work? Yeah. You would think some of this is just fixing how it acts moving forward, right? Competition stages extra table now is the correct calculations when compared with the league table. Oh, okay. I know what that is. Competition. Wait. That's here. Is that what this means? So we have a okay. We have 73-4. I don't. Why does this need a scroll? Why does it need a scroll, my friends? I don't know what that means. Improvements made to AI manager stack is the women's game. Fan reaction to transfers will now be more accurately displayed. Okay, the opting out of contract and was that free transfer status icons will now display correctly. Fix an issue where post-match player ratings data shown in the fixture schedule wouldn't be generated. Interesting. Players who trained in England for 3 years before 21st May will now no longer show as 0 years at club and squad selection rules. Fix an issue where stadiums without seats would display as having 0 capacity. Fix an issue where the staff meeting advice did not show the recruitment focus you should be making. Transfer completed message doesn't mention that the player has joined on an ESC permit. Fix an issue where the squad planner not immediately updating when trying to re-add a removed player. So you take them off and they go, oh, I didn't mean to take he or she off, and then it wouldn't add it back in. Fix issue where various non-playing roles would incorrectly be selected by default during manager creation. Interesting. I don't think I ran into that. Functionality of search through messages now works on all tabs. I had a question about that for you, chat. Let's go to... Oh, does it mean these tabs? Because, when you click search, in my opinion, this box should already have your cursor on it. This is some of that friction I've talked about a lot. Is if I click search, I clicked it. Okay, let's click something else. Search, it pops open the search box, but if I type, nothing happens. So then I have to click again to actually type and say hi, right? So anything you've ever used, when you click search, it, generally speaking, if it's well designed, will move your cursor to the search box so that you can begin searching. not making you then click again to then search. Like, they might as well just leave this here and get rid of the icon so then I just click in the search box. But maybe that sounds like splitting hairs. I don't know. Near matches, okay. Number of club members on the supporters card is now better displayed. Fixed a rare issue where the user would be unable to retire. They've got you chained to the desk. Overall now appears as a type on the debts and loans card within finances. Ooh, let's go look at that card in general. One of the times this was broken. It looks correct now, but I'm not. $26 and 4 is 30. This is 11. That's 41. 51. Still 51 in a little bit. 53. 55. 57. 62. 63. Okay. I guess this is functioning correctly. That's just something I'd noticed in the past, is like the graph was showing like the total as part of the pie chart, which is just kind of funny. And that, I go, that's inexcusable, right? Like, pie charts are the same regardless of who's developing the game. Fixed board happiness logic regarding the number of goals conceded. Okay. Recruitment focus tile now only displays active focus. Apostrophe. User's return date will now appear correctly on the processing card when on holiday. Scouted players now appear in the player comparison list. Okay. Goals scored from penalties will now correctly show in calendar fixtures. I guess it was happening on the fixture schedule, but not on calendar fixtures. Is the predicted financials actually fixed for like this year? You mean? Mine's still showing projections for next year. I think that's a silly thing to not have fixed. You can still see what's happening, you know, this year, but you have to click in. I probably care more about this season and the next season versus next season and the season after, right? That just seems like a weird thing to not have fixed. Fix an issue. We're going on holiday with skip past friendlies despite selecting holiday to next match. The listed for transfer status icon will now correctly update on the player card when player leaves on loan. Fix a rare issue where the improved first team coaching staff will be deemed to pass immediately. Cookie, you're saying, yeah, the projections. Yeah, I had that where like we played a game and like our projection went from like 11K to 60K, and I was like, did we sell that many tickets on that cup tie? I'm not sure. Fix an issue where the promise to strengthen the first team squad at right back, that's very specific, would fail despite suitable improvements being made. More accurate attendances in women's football, great. Fix the award bonuses option within staff contract negotiations. Staff members no longer be directed as free agent, okay. Delegate attends league preferences was visible, okay. Oh, like your first, yeah. I just got hired, guys. And this is Juan Pablo. Juan Pablo, go talk to the media for me. Jeff, you are 100% right, my friend. And that's what I feel SI deserve to be held accountable for. They marketed FM26 as the polished next generation foundation for the next 20 years. And it was barely an alpha. I said before this patch came out, I was hoping we would get a patch that would get us to the point that was like a previous beta launch. We are now a month exactly from launch, and we've just gotten maybe to something that kind of works. I can't loan a player. I can't extend the loan of a player I already have on loan, where I could before the patch, which is absurd. But this looks like a lot of improvements. So they deserve flack for that. Yeah, I polished her. It's still polished her. Yeah, well. Okay, the dates with the staff. Okay, managerial vacancies not updating properly when a job is available. That's ridiculous. Fixed an issue where the user is unable to view the league tables for some of the under 19 division leagues. Flu is no longer described as being caused by a training incident. The training incident was everybody drink from the same water bottle. Oh man, give me just a second. Yeah, they sat around a campfire and sang "Kumbaya." Norwegian players will now have correct knowledge of English language. Ooh, I wonder if that means Americans now don't know Spanish. That's not listed, but we'll find out. Okay, important. We are into the important section. There we go. Competitions and rule groups. Removed all group tabs and tables showed in the rules card when these were not relevant. A-League changed the salary cap rules. Reported that bug. Addressed fixture congestion. Updated league format to strip things bankruptcy. Okay, interesting. Correct teams now take part in AFCON. African Champions League disciplinary rules which were causing unrealistic suspensions. Fixed multiple issues for all 3 Asian club continental competitions. Regionalization issues, easy for me to say, in group stages and matchups and knockout rounds. Updated squad registration rules and removed redundant foreign player match rules. Interesting. For all of Asia, or is this like the Asian Confederation? Is that what that means? You could be a little bit more specific. Same thing with Africa. I guess it must be. Spanish is the majority language in the US, to be fair. Maybe in southern Texas. Belgium. Updated rules for Belgian Challenger Pro League. Fixed an issue where club NXT players will be on holiday during 3 rounds of the second tier Belgian League Challenger Pro League. Okay, they're fixing things. Great. Updated 2026 transfer and registration window dates. Removed the extinct under 23 championship, which means, okay, does anybody know? I don't know if Mithriak is here. How long ago in Brazil was the under 23 championship? Like, when did it go extinct? Because I have a suspicion. We'll come back to that. Does anybody know? I'll keep going, but I'll keep an eye on the chat here. Updated sub rules are moved extra time from the Chile Cup. Added points deductions for Santiago Morning. Updated available Super League squad members for allocation to 60. Corrected number of relegations from Chinese National First Division in 2025. Updated the TV deal. Oh, that's cool. Like, good for them. Updated the second division scheduling. All Danish teams now enter the Danish Cup. Hopefully that was only like your like really low league, like out of the game league teams, but that would be funny if like you load up BK Frem like I did a long time ago and like you're just not in the cup. Yeah, so when they say Europe and Asia and Africa, they mean like UEFA. Okay. National and club coefficients updated. Clubs should play teams from the same nation in the league phase for far less frequently. So that is a thing that can happen, but there were reports of like 2 Croatian teams being in the same league phase group. I know it's not a group, but it's easier to call it a group as part of the league phase. So they fixed that. Fixed malfunctioning registration window. Fixed issue with real life squad members not being present. Added Sheffield Wednesday points deduction, which is a sad update, but it's accurate. Draw on the National League Cup. Group stage games now go to penalties for an extra point. Updated incorrect Carabao Cup scheduling. Okay. Fixed very rare issue of competition not scheduling in the following season due to an unlikely set of circumstances, meaning the National League playoffs were not completing. They just go on forever. All relevant teams should now enter the Finnish Cup. Updated third division format as well as updated French dates. Okay. Fixed incorrect scheduling in the Bundesliga and Zweite Bundesliga seasons. Updated sub rules. Updated or added under 21 match rule in Greek Cup. Updated League Cup. Various youth competition updates. Updated squad registration rules. Under 23 clubs no longer appear incorrectly in the Italian Cup. Okay. Added extra time in the Northwest Cup if you are a Northern Ireland League guru. Remove the first division squad registration, squad size, and squad number limits. Fixed issue with the team not receiving prize money when winning both stages of the league. And updated the sub rules. Portugal. Updated transfer and registration windows. Fixed incorrect registration window dates for the second league. Removed incorrect under 21 player match rule from League Cup. Teams now start with 0 points in the third division championship group. Sorry. Poland updated match and sorting rules. Russia fixed foreign player match rules not being correct. Updated the Russian Cup sub rules. Fixed first team only registration rule not functioning correctly. Scotland removed replays from the Scottish Cup. I guarantee you that's as simple as they just miss a setting for replay yes or replay no, and they just left it as replay yes because the rules written in the game are correct. It was just not doing it correctly from a functionality standpoint. Spanish wins first division foreign player rules not correct. Updated match rules blah 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 blah. Okay, is there any, this is the one I care about a lot, obviously. Not sure, but as far as I can find about Brazil Aereo under 23, it was in 2020 because of the flu, and in 2021 some smaller version was there, but nothing after. So, okay, if that's true, was this in FM24, my friends? That's the next question. Cookie, you said you had FM24 open. I would wonder if that means we started. When did we transfer the information from a previous version of FM to the new version of FM26 to get worked on, and we just never went through and updated it once this got killed off? That would be interesting to know. Let me get my tinfoil hat on. No, that makes sense, Cookie. We're good. Bella, now you say 2023. Interesting. Draw dates, schedules. Clubs can now sign foreign goalkeepers successfully from the 2026 season. I guess that is a thing that's changing in South Korea. That would have been interesting in my last save of FM24. Oh boy. Hold on. USA. First question. Shouldn't it have a period after the A? Am I crazy? Is that I'm not a grammar person. Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. Waiver claim acquisitions now appear in transfer history. Fixed issue where all rounds in the MLS Super Draft were listed as round 0. Fixed issue where MLS and NWSL squad registration rules display unfulfilled incorrectly in the offseason. Reported that. FM24 has Brazilian under 20, not under 23. I have the game open too. So, my friends, I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat. The extinct under 23 championship was not in FM24, but mysteriously showed up in FM26. But they've only been working on the game since 2024. Wait a minute. I bet that's been longer than that. Anyway, so squad registration rules displayed unfulfilled incorrectly. I will load the save for that. Just 1 second. Let's go see. That was mega broken. And again, hold on. I can only do one thing at a time, folks. One thing at a time. Loki Doki was kind enough to shout me out on the FM show and said that I was ranting about MLS. I don't know if I was ranting. I just did a video about how it doesn't work. And what I meant by it doesn't work is, okay, hold on. Let me get to the rules. You can't make this up. Group stage of what? Oh my gosh. What is this mess? Oh, pain. Registration. It was this. So if you've been waiting to do an MLS save, you probably shouldn't have, because in that video I showed you could actually continue on. It was just the graphic was wrong. So like, you have less than 30 players and it would show a giant red X showing that you weren't meeting the registration rules. Okay, so they have fixed that. So good for them, I guess. My brain never seems to work when I open the rule page of the MLS. Again, MLS is super complicated, and I think they talked about on the FM show that it's practically a different game, with like from a development standpoint because of how the transfers work. And I agree. I've said this since the beginning. If you're gonna include MLS, it has to work. So they've made some significant adjustments. Fixed issue where MLS draft shortlisting doesn't function correctly. Passing in MLS draft will now function correctly, meaning you don't have to draft somebody you don't want to draft. Resolved issue where assistant manager will sometimes draft players on users' behalf. It's like the NFL draft where they have people come up to the podium and like guy just runs past you. I want to draft this one. And you're like, that's not what I wanted. And the NWSL international slots have been updated. That's probably a rule change from NWSL's standpoint. So good. Danny, how you doing, man? So they've fixed a lot of like random fixture things, but some of these I feel like removing replays and then the what was it like Northern Ireland or whatever added extra time in the Northwest Cup. It's just being accurate, and that helps with immersion. And we should give them not like wow they did it great. It's like okay, well at least you fixed what was broken. Firestarter, how you doing? I Belladonna, I agree. That's why I don't do the whole MLS fandom thing. That's just me. Premier League shows that you can have parity, at least this season, without having to have a salary cap. Ask the Liverpool fans. Rip. Can I get a rip in the chat? For those of you that play online, which I would love to know, of the 61 people here who are all going to hit the like button, how many people play online? Because it appears to be a bigger deal than I thought it was. I thought this was like FM Showdown. But like, again, Loki Doki's like, he plays, like, I think with his brother or his nephew or both. And it's like, oh, I didn't realize people did that. Oh, I missed that. Updated eligible hosts for the FIFA Club World Cup. Oh, that would be funny, Cookie Monster. So I know online has been a pain point for the people who play online, right? So the fact easy for me to speak. Fixed multiple soft locked issues. Great. Re-enable disable following other humans preference. Fixed an issue where all users receive a team report if one user requests one. Was it all in the same team? That would be funny. Manager password, resume control password, field text is now correctly masked, so it wasn't masked. Enter return keys now work when searching for a server manually or entering a password. Nobody in the chat plays online. Well, sorry, we just spent time looking at it, but maybe somebody else does, right? And then a lot of stuff in the in-game editor, right? Enter keys no longer needed to search. Job roles now clearly state what club they're for. Fix various issues with remove all injuries. So if you use the in-game editor, that you paid a good, was it £7.50, I believe is the correct terming for that, it might function now. Maybe, potentially. So again, there's now 63 people watching. When I started, there was like 20. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, Delson, I never played FM in single player. Oh, and only play. Okay, got it. So this is a good piece of kit for you then, Delson. Have you run into these issues? So when I look at this massive list, things that stand out. This is so basic, but a good step. Right? So this is basic, but a good step. Because I know for some people that was like part of their immersion was like that muscle memory of knowing what color things were going to be. If you use downloaded tactics, that's fixed. Shouts, if you like that immersion, that's fixed. Some tweaks, although not very specific tweaks to the match engine, you'll just have to experience it. Let's see. Youth coaches rotating more in matches, and now us as players having the ability to schedule friendlies if a friendly is not scheduled. I would like the next update to actually have. I have the options selected for the manager of the youth team to schedule friendlies. I would just like it to work. If you are team 2D, you get some better 2D enhancements, you know? So there you go. The rest of this is like, oh yeah, the floodlights are floating. You know, we got rid of a weird thing where in the Champions League, one team would get a red card and it would show both teams had red cards. I don't know if that was like up at the top or like on the score bug or whatever. You know, the fact that when you scout, let's go to, for those of you that weren't here earlier, when you go to, hold on, I gotta load a different save. Like, not only can you compare players you've recently looked at, but it also, because this was not mentioned, it has the positions of the players in the comparison screen. That is a big one for me personally. It might not be a big one for you, and that's the problem if you're SI, you're trying to like fix everybody's problems, right? But if you go to comparison here, I do hate this. Let me just rant for a second. Very rarely do I want to go back to the tab I was on a player. I always want the overview tab. Personally, I never, if I happen to have looked to see, because the reason this pulled up is because Alan Damaraki, I was looking at like his contract or whatever. That's a very single. I don't care. Anyway, comparison. You can see your recently viewed players. Oh, it's only if you don't save. I didn't save. Okay, so let me go look at another player. That's so silly. Any other player. Okay. And now Charles shows up, and these maps. However, these maps. I don't know if you could tell this on the stream. The height of these boxes is different. And that's because this guy has a thing selected. Now when I click select here, it makes the box sizes the same. That's a little thing, but that's silly. I think it should just make the box this tall and include the text or not. But this map is now oriented the correct way. Okay? And you can view the recently viewed players and you can see, let's say I want to compare against my squad and I'm like, okay, what is this guy? Okay, this guy's a DM / midfielder. Okay, let's get Karse. Or if I can't remember if it's Karse or Crane, because I always confuse Karse and Crane because they're names, seeing the positions next to it is huge for me. Now, is this correct? Maybe this is a future update, but if we're asking for future enhancements, this background is red. Who's red? There's a green and a blue. This is gray. What? Like, that seems like such a silly thing. What was easy on FM24, what made it easy to compare, this was always green and this was always blue. And so that's where this has been pulled from. But now we've gone fancy and we've got a guy who is gray and a guy who's red because he's at Stirling Albion, up the Beanos. But I don't know who's who. And so... do all the stats of an unknown player still get revealed when you compare it with a known player? Apparently that was the thing. I'm not sure because in my Stirling Albion save, I have attribute masking off. I don't remember turning it off, but it's off. So if I go to like player database and I get rid of scouted players only, and I just pick a random. I'm not gonna scout a 34-year-old at Carrick Rangers, so I think we're safe here. I shouldn't be able to see all of this, but that might have been a setting I missed when I started the save. So Belladonna, I can't tell you that. I'm sorry. But the fact that now you can compare to your recently viewed, your shortlisted, because you're like, oh, who is that player on my short list? At least you could see the positions. It looks to be in like recently viewed order, or maybe when added to the list order, because like, why is the striker here and there's a defender and a DM or whatever? Can't you see your game setup? I think it was something I downloaded a second yellow cards database setup thing, so I wonder if it was something to do with that, or I just missed it, right? But like, this is nice that like these go the correct way and that you can now compare and you know what position that they're in and it's recently viewed players. So again, when remember way back when 6 weeks ago when you couldn't compare players you recently looked at, so you had to shortlist everybody and then you had to turn around and like remember who you shortlisted so that you could then compare them even though they're not in your squad. That's fixed. That is huge. Like, it shouldn't have been broken, but at least it's fixed. I'm not going to complain. Some of this though is like the wage and budget and how the AI builds squads and whatever. You're just going to have to experience it. I do want to check the in possession, out of possession when you switch formations, because I've even had it when I go from like I have a counter. I think it's like counter. I don't know if it's fluid or direct in the three at the back, and the exact same formation in my quasi control possession. It just mixes everybody up, right? So I'm curious if that's fixed. So some of this won't matter to me and it'll matter to you, and some of what I'm talking about won't matter to you but matters to me, right? Like, I don't care about online, but somebody else does, obviously, right? So good for them. They're trying to fix all the things that they put out a bad game, but that's reality. So let's get into a game. Let's go see what we got. But the bad side, sorry if you were not here earlier, the downside of this patch, if we go to the squad, click this, I cannot now extend the loan of a player who I should be able to extend the loan on. Loans cannot be made at this time. Why? Before the patch, I was able to try to extend him because I tried to. So that's just tragic. That's just tragic. So gotta put a bug in report. And again, they're gonna. This is the beta, so maybe they've recognized that, or they get a quick set of bug reports and they go, "Hey, whoops, our bad." And they fix it. Oh, I'm out of candy. And they fix it when it rolls out officially. But like, that's pretty not good because I'm at the end of my season. I've been waiting for this patch to get to the end of my season so I can try and keep some players or go loan some players. And now you're telling me I can't keep the one player I want to keep. That's really, really not great. So, and if I could get one more thing, I so do not understand removing up here how many days until the next game. Yes, it is on the overview 3 different times. It is here, or 4 different times. Hello. Whoa, hello, fellow kids. Thank you for the super chat. For the kids to get some Lordags Godis, Saturday candy as we call it in Sweden, since Dad ate all their Halloween candy. That's very generous of you, sir. Thank you. But like, it doesn't do me any good on this screen to have it here, and here, and not have it here. Because when I click here, when's my next game? It's not on this screen. I just came out of a game. Oh, do I need to rest some players because I've got a cup game in 3 days? It's not. It's so simple. It's so simple. Why is it not here? So my next game is tomorrow. We've got some contract stuff to deal with. I'm not going to deal with that right now. That's going to, now that we've got the patch besides the loan problem, I can deal with that off stream. what I'm going to do, I'm going to do extended highlights. Let's change the preference now because I want to see how the AI reacts. They've made all these theoretical tweaks to the match engine. I want to see how they react. Hello, Eduardo Valente. Minimum resolution, like screen resolution would be the reason. I don't care. Like legitimately, and that's not at you. Very clearly, that's not at you. There is enough space on this screen. If you can put bookmarks in, you could add a little thing right here that says how many days. I don't care where it's at. It's dumb that it's not there. Like, that is a dumb design decision, in my opinion. Eduardo, they've fixed some stuff. You can do custom attributes. You can tell it what's excellent, good, and or average, or not good, or whatever. Change all the colors. You can change the position colors, like how well somebody knows a position. You can change that, which I don't remember that being a thing, but whatever. They said they fixed what the AI does with loans, but now you can't extend the loan of a player that's on contract with you or on loan with you. That just isn't an option. So that's a bug that they've now introduced. They got rid of Scottish Cup replays. They made a lot of fixes to the coefficients and various league stuff and stuff like that. It's a good patch if it works. So we're going to see if it works. First, let's go to the tactics screen. Again, I always want to be on this screen. So there is a thing in FM26, and I said this in the first video that blew up on my channel. I think what they're struggling with in Unity is screen state, which whatever that means, but essentially it's pointing to the wrong screen, or it's going, oh, you picked this screen the last time you loaded the game, which was 3 days ago. We're going to take you back to that screen, versus the logical thing of, if I go to Matchday Tactics, I want to see the tactics. I can always click the team instructions. I very rarely, once I have my tactics set up, want to adjust the team instructions. It's the same thing on the player card going to the other tabs, right? Cookie Monster, so you're saying it would have been a bug on the loan that I was able to potentially try and reloan the player in the past. Have a good one, hello, fellow kids. Eduardo, kind of, if you've not watched yesterday's episode. NJ Brock, sorry, I missed it. Yeah, I would love to hear from Miles and company where they got the idea for what is on the interface and why. Oh, the interface, like in general? So maybe okay, Cookie. So maybe it was a bug that you could potentially extend the loan, or offer to extend the loan, and now they've blocked it. Hold on, give me just a second here, folks. I know after watching Jay Huahua's vids, he's been having a nightmare going back and forth through seasons. Instead of it going to the teams table, it goes to the XG table when he goes backwards through the years. Got you. I'm not that far ahead, so I can't comment on that. Eduardo, then no, there's no spoilers. So if you haven't watched yesterday's episode on the Sterling save, then there would be spoilers. But I literally just we're just now getting into it. Okay, so here's what I want to see. Okay, first off, why is this messed up? I haven't changed anything. Hamilton. Okay, so this is my setup. Why is both highlighted and combined? That's weird. I guess that means, yeah, if I speak, I am in trouble. Players still don't react to ricochets off the crossbar post. Fantastic. There's nothing like watching them all go, oh, I should do something. Yeah, maybe that's right, Cookie. Maybe it was a bug and now they fixed it. But it's like, okay, fair play. So my second tactic here is, I want to say, the exact same shape. It's 3 at the back with wingbacks and these 3. These 2 may be lower, but I want to see if it moves people around. So we got Edie, Hilson, Cunningham. Damaraki, Kars, Crane, Harkness, Denham, Hamilton, McGeechee. Why? What? How? Explain the logic to me, chat. Hamilton is my center back in a back three. He's now the left wing back. My left wing back is my right wing back. My right wing back is my right center back. Have we? Okay. I was wondering if everybody's just moved one position, right, in like a circle, but that's not the case. McGeechee was my right back, is now my middle center back, and Denham was the left back, and he's not changed. And these two guys have swapped, and these three have rotated. Where Edie was here, he's here. Hilson was here, he's here, and Cunningham was here. It's like a weird rotation. If I go back, I don't understand that. Like, that seems so basic. Like, I can understand if it was like you went from a 3 at the back system to a 1 at the back system. The game's like, I don't know what you want. Like, but come on. Okay. Anyway, we're going to play Chris Edie up top because I would like to see if I should keep him. Or attempt to keep him. He's off contract with Rangers at the end of the month. He's got 8 finishing, which might be an indicator I should not keep him. But his why can't I click positional ability? So stupid. He can play the center forward. He can kind of play the deep line forward. He's got 5 teamwork, though. We're keeping Ryan Shanley, but I need a second striker. And Hilson, I love him, but he's fallen apart. He's given us 15 goals in 34 games. He's been fine. He's a 2.5 star at this point of the save. So let's go see what the match engine looks like. Oh, it's tomorrow. Sorry. Got ahead of myself. Hit the like button while we're waiting, my friends. All 64 of you. How many likes do we got here? We got 32 likes. We are halfway to 100% compliance. Okay. Survival beckons for Dumbarton. That's that somebody in my Discord is playing with Dumbarton. Can they even be dropped? I guess if they goal difference, maybe. If 4-4-1 and Dumbarton lost, maybe. Review the team selection. This is not correct. Fantastic. We're playing Spartans. It still says I've got 2 substitutes selected outside. I don't. So that's still broken. That's such a stupid thing. I'm trying not to be negative. Trying not to be negative. 3 people dropped so that we wouldn't have to worry about our like percentage getting to 100%. Marcus Hawksworth. Loving the content. Well, thank you, sir. All right. Go and give the fans an appropriate send-off for all the support that I've been giving you this season, lads. Chat, was that good? Is that acceptable? Was it acceptable content for you? 2 of me. Would you like it again? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta get Mags's lucky hat on. Wait. Jens Pettersson 8082, lads. This is a real, authentic, actually happening. Oh, I thought. Uh-oh. Doesn't it? Stirling Albion scarf. Yeah. Let's go, lads. Console player, so please be nice. Bless you. Bless you for buying a broken game without a patch on day 1 for console. My Irish is better. Well, considering I have Irish heritage. I do have a little bit of Scottish heritage, actually, too. But go on, lads. Get me an iron brew. This seems different. Was this here? The hierarchy? You know, my kids said the same thing, Cookie Monster. Yes, I am. Hold on. Oh, I don't have my glasses. My glasses are outside of the room, so I gotta go get them. But like, that seems new. So they've enhanced this. So this is like some of the like various enhancements that we're not going to. Okay, why is it at the bottom? It it was up here. Why is it? Why is it down here? That doesn't. What? Okay. That's they made an enhancement and then unenhancement. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay. Somebody I saw a report that like crowds are still like not there if your settings are very low. I haven't had that problem. It's raining. It's raining in Scotland. Bring your willies. Okay, we are gonna. Oh, he's in a t-shirt. He's in a polo shirt. He looks completely disinterested. He's like, "This is you guys got promoted. Whatever. Are they gonna give us the Guard of Honor? You know." That looks relatively like Fourth Bank. Kind of. All right, here we go. Let's watch our. They fixed stuff in the defense. Okay, Lennox still doesn't have a number. He's just wearing a track jacket, standing in goal. It's raining. It's his raincoat. The raincoats. We can only afford to put numbers on jerseys. We can't do numbers on raincoats. So, you know, problems, right? Okay, headed over. To be fair, whenever I've been in Scotland, it's always. I mean, yeah. To be fair, it's just hard to know if it's still a bug. It's just like every game I have, it's raining. And I think when we were zooming in at the beginning of the match, like before we got to the team talk, it looked like it was giving us the cold looking turf, like it had snowed almost. But we'll see. Karst to Hilson. Hilson's last game for the club. Let's send him off, lads. Come on, lads. Hartness, McGeechee, our captain. Okay. They're marking Harkness better because I've had a lot of luck going down the wings here. Denham to Damaraki, plays it forward to Cunningham. Crane, acres of space, and Crane does what Crane does. Long shot. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you see that flash that happened like over here in the background? It's I think loading the wrong like visual because it's May, so it shouldn't look like cold. I mean, I know it's Scotland, but it shouldn't look like frozen ground, right? So I think they've probably messed that up. Oh, deflect. Okay, he got a foot in. I guess I'll leave the match stats up here. Oh. I'm gonna wait till you guys see it. I'm gonna wait for somebody in the chat to notice what's wrong. Let's just say it's raining. You can't be serious. I'm going to write this down on my notepad here. Okay, player has formation graphic. Yes! Belladonna Cookie Monster. I mean, that was like close. That was like back to back. I can't declare that was a photo finish there. I got 2 keepers, lads. It's not that. It's that. It's like little Jack Harkness. His gran. She wanted to make sure he didn't catch a cold, and so he's got his jacket on too. It's fine. Is it on the out of possession? It is not. So that's just an in possession bug. What? Okay, they play a 4-1-4-1. Okay, that's just hilarious. DC 19904. I guess I will. I'm just tired of being an unpaid bug tester, to be honest. But maybe that's what I make content for. I'm just bug testing. Harkness. That's what this whole stream is what somebody's saying. Oh my gosh, it was a sitter, lads. Harkness, to be clear, is not dressed like a goalkeeper. Okay, headed away. Damaraki, Crane, and then Crane does what Crane does. How many times have I said that just to myself, not recording, while you all haven't been here? If you're enjoying this, going through this and testing it out, oh, shout. Well, I'm not going to test the shouts until we get to 20 minutes because I feel like that was like the cutoff. But we'll do that for sure, Marcus. Is there a shout? Oh, let's just. Oh, individuals doesn't bump out as a separate box. I mean, like as a separate list, you have to open up a tile, is what it looks like. But we'll try it here in a second. Wait, it's fixed. Oh, I can't take my screenshot now. What happens if I do this? Oh dear. Yeah, with Crane shooting like that, we won't get to test it. Okay. 15 minutes encourage. I'm waiting until 20. I don't trust you jokers. What's up with that? I always waited till 20. Oh, we got some. Well, Damaraki's got a frowny face. For what, lad? What's he upset about? Is it gonna apprehensive? For what reason? We've won the league. So you can pick individuals, which is interesting. An interesting way to do it. We'll do a little encourage. Hey, the face has changed. The face has changed. Oh, okay. Damaraki's now green. Is he no longer apprehensive? Oh my gosh, he loves me. He's fired up by the feedback. It's just my managerial acumen in my hat. Lovely. Lovely. Confirmed shouts OP. Let's go. He just needed a little love, you know? It's lonely out there sometimes in the middle of a back 5, 7, whatever. Kars is there, chests it down, didn't take a shot to the near post, and then Harkness did. But at least from the end line, he didn't shoot to the near post like we've experienced. You're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. So I wonder if that bug is only like the first highlight. You know, like that's random. Crane can't pass to the guy standing 3 feet from him. A meter. Sorry. Apologies. He pings one in. That's probably a shot, to be fair, from Crane. Yep, that's our work the ball in the box tactic working there, folks. Doing a great job. We got 0.83 XG, though, because we've had the box and the ball in the 6-yard box a couple times. Okay. Welsh. McLean. He's going to shoot it from center of the park, huh? McLean? Huh? That's a Scotland national team joke. Relevant. Harkness is already tired. Lads. Okay. This is extend. I feel like I might have to go like full highlights. I want to see. Okay, Harkness. Is he going to go towards the end line and shoot? He cut it back and we score. Oh, it was an own goal. Oh, that's a Florian Wirtz own goal, lads. He was excited. Doesn't count. But he didn't shoot at the near post. Now let's test something, because I've run into this. If I wanted to change and see behind the goal, you still can't do that in the middle of a highlight. I don't know if you ever could, but I wish I could. Crane, Damaraki, Cunningham. It's raining a bit harder. It said something about the match momentum. They made enhancements to the match momentum graph. Can you spot them? We've scored while I'm making fun of the match momentum graph. XG graph now shows a goal. We're making progress. We're making progress. Shots are back. Harkness, once again, passes, doesn't shoot at the near post. That's twice now, folks. That's twice now. I'm not going to pray. Oh, we should probably test. Like, when you praise and then immediately, like, the team collapses, they're like, oh, I thought we were just, like, having a kickabout. Hilson cuts it back. Still drives a bit too far, but at least he passed it back. McGeechee. Harkness. Who's he got? He's got McGeechee. Who's he got? Harkness. We're just upping our passing stats, lads. I wish I could customize my pass stat or my match stats. Hilson shoots it wide. Ooh. Oh, what a hit from Hilson. He's doing the most Salah. Seems a tad aggressive for the 4th division in Scotland. What was the... will it now show close offsides calls and highlights if asked to do so in the options? First, we're going to praise and see what happens to our smiley faces. I cannot, but at least it's back to how it was. Ross Cunningham. Mate, we just scored 3 goals and a half, mate. What? And now he's thrilled all of a sudden. Carr said, I said we can make it 4. Goodness me. FM26 knew we were going to be doing this. Is like, let's amp up the goals. Let's go. Let's show the patch working. He hoofs it long to nobody, and then he heads it long to nobody, and then he heads it back. What are you doing? But this happens in reality. Oh, and then he's, oh my gosh. Oh, he shot near post, but I think that's actually not a bad idea of what he just did there. I hate when a center back has like 2 teammates to his left and acres of space where he could just let the ball bounce or like chest it down and he heads it forward. Are all subs listed when you go to quick subs, or you still need to click that sub button and see all your subs? I'll check that in the second half. Ross has to have crappy hidden attributes. I think so, because he's been throughout the save. Okay. Address the team. You're doing brilliantly, lads. Let's keep it up, okay? Sounds good. All right, what were we... If I... Are all subs listed when you go to quick subs, or do you still need to click the sub button? So this... Like if I click here... Is that what you mean? So I've still got those, or I could do this, and I've got those. I never click that button. That might have been the second time ever I've done that. Okay, somebody said something about highlights in the options. Show close offside calls? Is that must be an option elsewhere? I don't see this option. In case, okay, to be fair. Hey, Mateus, you missed an important question about the Brazilian under-23 competition, but we got it sorted. This is on the beta path. This is the patch that is coming for next week on non-beta path. For 2D Classic users, which I didn't even realize they still had this. Here's the ball. See, this is what I'm talking about. This pitch looks frozen. That's a good call out. I'm going to take a note of that. Pitch looks frozen. It's May. And I'm going to take a screenshot because I'm a helpful user. I'm a helpful user. Okay. And I'm going to save that so we can put that in a bug report. At least I think. Does this look frozen to you all, or do you think it looks soaked? Because to me, this looks frozen. in 2D, the ball changes. Oh, it's slow. What is this about? When the ball hits the back of the net ripples, and the ball changes shape when it's in the air. You think it's just the bad condition of the field? It looks foggy. Okay, to me, I guess it could be my old eyes. It doesn't look like this, I guess, is my overarching issue. They still don't have the yellow. There should be a yellow, right? Up on this guy. He just earned a yellow. Okay, it looks worn. Okay. I guess my beef is it doesn't look worn then in the 3D view. That's my take. But of all of the things, I'm not really worried about that. I just thought when it showed the flash earlier, I thought it was showing that's a lovely cross and attempt. That it was showing like they were pointing at the incorrect file. $65 people. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button. We got a corner for Kars. We're up to 42 likes. So we're about 20 away. You know, in that situation, I don't mind the shot because it allows the defense to get back in shape, right? Aerial view is class. Okay, let's take a look. I have found this to be much more useful than the tactical cam. Like, especially when trying to figure out what's going on in my formation because I don't have heat maps and pass maps. Ross Cunningham comes back to collect that. Lovely. See, this, I guess it looks worn. It just doesn't look easy. Okay, Chris Eady was there. As worn here. It looked like there was... Okay, this has a red dot now. You see... Oh boy, I'm all over the shop. You see how this has a red dot? Is that showing up on your screens? There's a red dot on the graph that isn't there when I do broadcast. That's odd. Field looks more accurate in 2D than 3D. That's how a 4th Division Scottish rainy field should look like. Yeah, fair. Although, to be fair, I think I mentioned this guy in a video with Stirling. There was what's his name? Graham Glenn. He was like the groundskeeper for, I don't know if it was for the team or for the organization that owns Fourth Bank, but he did an incredible job. And then unfortunately he's no longer doing that job. I think he's moved on to some other stadium or something like that. It is raining. It's pouring. Oh, tipped over, to be fair. Oh, let's shout. Okay, what do we... I don't understand. This is... I know they just implemented it. Does this just mean complacent? Because I don't associate a red frowny face with complacent. Personally. Like, maybe like an orange, like narrow, lip, like flat lip. This looks like they're angry to me. So it's like, what are you upset about, Lots? Like, come on. Chris Eady is giving us a 645. He's not doing a whole lot to convince me to sign him. So we'll bring on Jacob Fleming, the young lad. We'll take Crane off because he's important for next year. Bring on Louis Selfridge. The team talks thing is still grayed out, but you can... it kind of works. Complacent is bad, red is bad, but is complacent frowny face? I know that's... they look upset to me. I don't know how upset they... It's like, what? How can you get a bored emoji into FM, I guess? Cunningham, Hilson, Edie. Ooh, oh, long shot. That's why Edie's coming off, because we haven't made our tactical changes yet. And then we're going to, okay, we've made the change, and we're going to focus. You're complacent, so I want you to focus. How about that? Is that logic? That logic doesn't logic. Nobody likes it. All in. Headed away. Ooh. The complacent should be blue. Mateus, it might. Have they added team shouts, Ricardo? Yes, we just shouted. It's like I could sense the chat needed to see it again. Let's check the weather. It's 53 degrees. It says it's a drizzle. That rain doesn't look like drizzle to me. Personally. Overwhelmed by telling them to focus. Oh, we're back. Oh, team shout. We are back. We are back, folks. Cooper Knox is going to go in at... yeah, he is. As the 10. We're going to run Carson's legs off because he doesn't want to sign with us. We're going to bring on the young lad Thompson for Harkness. That's 4 of our subs. Going to save the last one. We'll bring on Hilson, or bring off Hilson here at the end. Oh, okay. Interesting. We just had 2D Classic. I don't mind to change it. Here's 2D Classic. So the ball changes now when it goes closer to you on the camera because it's in the air. There's your 2D Classic. I'm going to be done with 2D Classic. Vertical scrolling. I don't think I've done this. Okay, let's take a look at that. Yeah, Eduardo, it's funny how they said before in a video with Illusion that shouts don't work. They remove on the launch. I think what he said was shouts don't work as they intended, meaning like they don't happen immediately. They happen at the next end of highlight. Can I... Okay, hold on. Marcus says, what table... In between highlights, can you please change the table view instead of their tactic view, and then after a highlight, see if the table is still there? I will do my best. Ball forward. Nobody's there. I don't think I've ever used vertical scrolling. To be fair, we should not have 3 goals, but, you know, 1666. Oh, what are we doing there? Cleared. Love that. Good job, Hamilton. Oh, what's going on with the camera? Okay. Marcus wants me to do what now? Table view instead of their tactic view. This? Or do you mean this? And then after highlight, see if the table is still there. Got it. I don't know if we're going to get another highlight, but we'll do our best. Selfridge. I got to remember to take Hilson off. Oh! Okay. Kind of think he should have just left that. He didn't. The defense does look more active, I guess, in general, from the opposition. Ross cuts in. To be fair, he probably should have shot there, so I'm not upset with that. Table is... I'm not sure what the issue is, Marcus. Like, the table is there. It's not here, but it's not gone. So I'm not sure what the issues was. Okay. So we're going to look at the complacency. Goodness me. I don't understand how a guy would have preferred to stay on the bench. My man, you are 20 years old. You've not played hardly all season. I give you a chance. This is how you repay me? What is your problem, bro? Why is my 8th sub in the 2nd sub slot? Anybody? Nobody knows. Another team taught. No reaction. .33 kicks it in, heads it away. No one runs out to cover the man. Oh! Way to go, Cooper Knox. You didn't want to be out there, but you did the job. What is the ball? camera doing? And it's rolling down the street. Our camera crew is chasing the ball live. If you wanted to be warm on the bench and not in the rain, he should have just gotten, Harkness's jacket that he had on earlier, Oh, he does his man. Oh, he plays it back. What are you doing? Okay, that's okay. Is he gonna shoot near post? We're just they're ticky talking. That was, to be fair, that was good. Yeah, Rob 42. That was epic. That's better than the TV coverage we get in the U.S., where it's like, let's zoom in on the manager's face while the ball is kicked off a goal kick. Okay. All right. Fleming. Knox. Ooh. Oh, God. Thanks for joining us. If you just joined, hit the like button. You got a lot of catching up to do because we reviewed the entire massive patch. We've only got one match to play before the summer transfer window, and I'm not going to do that live on stream because it's going to take... there's a near post shot. What are you doing, mate? I mean, you're still going to get some of those, so it's kind of hard to tell if that's a bug or not. But we've looked at some of the things. I'd say the big things for me is the... Come on, lads. Ooh. Okay. Oh, why'd you go backwards? And why didn't Selfridge just attack that? Oh, lads. Oh, keeper, why didn't you jump? Oh, that was a little fast, mate. Why didn't you jump on that and waste some time? We're at the end of the game. He just didn't want to get muddy. That's what it was. Thompson, we got the stand on the ball going. This time it makes sense. We've got a 3-0 lead. When you're 1-1 on attack, it doesn't make any sense. It is just you. It's pouring. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if I've had the players walk off the pitch before, other than in the 2D mode. So we win the league, 84 points. That was good, lads. Okay, I thought the game froze. I was like, ooh, ooh. Dumbarton win, 4-4 Athletic draw. They get relegated. And I just want to point out the 10. That's excellent. Great work. Great work. I guess I have to take a screenshot of that. And then I need to draw on it. Relegation table. Hold on. Okay, I saved my screenshot so I can do my bug reports like a good FM26 player. Press conf. We're gonna save. Saving is important. We always save. Oh, here's a thing. Somebody pointed this out in the comments on my last video that all of the youth prospects have the exact same face and just different hair. That looks like the same face to me. It's got a nice little part there. Yeah, same face. That's not, I mean, for me, that's not that critical. I'd like to see them fix that, but it's not that critical. But it's like, that's just ridiculous. We had 1,568 fans show up. Was that there before? And it's not here. Why isn't it here? Oh, dear. Just tried to click this. I want formations on this screen. There's There's space. I understand if on a smaller screen size, this space wouldn't be here and this space wouldn't be here. But there has to be a better way to organize this. Because what are the odds, unless you go to penalties, what are the odds that you have a list this long that's like down here? 0. Okay. Let's see. They said they got different press conference questions, so let's see what we got. It was labeled as the biggest match of Stirling Albion seasons. Why? We already won the title. Your team certainly lived up pre-match billing. You must be delighted with the result. I think that's I don't think that's a new question. Another thing that I hope that they fix, if they haven't, is like when you get asked a question about a player coming back from injury, you can't see the player's injury status. They could put it here, or like here, or here, or anywhere. You've managed to extend. Oh, a nice beard, lad. You look. Kyle Anderson might be. Kyle Anderson might be the father of all my youth prospects. Chad, have we just figured it out? Let's hold on. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. I think we just found critical information. Critical information about Football Manager. My friends, is Kyle Anderson the father of everybody in our youth candidates list? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm going to take a screenshot of Kyle Anderson. Seems like a pretty suspicious looking fellow. Is he the one? Are we on Maury Povich right now? You are the father. Ah! I'm pleased with Callum Crane played. I don't know. How did Callum Crane play? Wouldn't it be nice to know on this screen how Callum Crane played? Like, he has a star next to his name. A star. What happens when I click on it? I go here. There's no XG. Did somebody say that? Why are all the stats 0? Yep, all the stats are 0. But we have ratings. So Callum Crane isn't on the list because he got substituted off. He's here. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are the chances Valentine Market? I'd love to have him. High proportion, yeah. I don't see any new questions. This is pretty suspicious, my friends. We're going to do this. Oh, I love this. Is he the father is the name of this image. Let me add an image. If this isn't the content you're looking for, I mean, Dad? Dad? Yes, son. Dad? 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 Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That is just fantastic. Let me get rid of Dad. Kyle Anderson is the father. We have solved it. We have solved it, people. We have solved it. Check the birthplace. Do they even have? Oh, here we go. He's born in Stirling. Okay, Scott Ballmer. Can I find Kyle Anderson? I cannot find a media personality. Or was it Anderson with an E? No. I'm not sure. We'll never know. Oh, don't call us a town, Mateus. I got a comment. Somebody was like, it's not a town, it's a city. I was like, I don't even remember what I said in the first episode. I called it a town and people didn't like that. I think I said I could probably ride my bike through town. All I meant was like through the streets. And someone was like, it's not a town, it's a city in the comments. And I was like, easy lads. That is funny. That is funny. My friends, it is 6:07 for me in the evening. It's time for me to have some dinner. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. I think what we haven't looked at. Sorry, I've not looked at the is it audio visual? Oh, this is how you do it. You go to custom now. Now here's the question, does it remember? Oh, you can even do the players on loan. Ooh. Well, that's a tasty little nugget to find here at the end. I like that. I like that. So you can change what's excellent, what's good, and what's average. So like if I think a 13 is excellent because I'm at Stirling, then I can drop this down to 13, right? It's weird that the text turns red. I'm not sure what's up with that. It does remember Himenshu. Okay, good to know. But you can, I'm not gonna change it because I kind of like this, but you could completely customize the colors to your liking. This is big, especially if you're colorblind, right? Because I think at one point I saw something about there being like a colorblind setting, but like people said, maybe it's under accessibility, that like the people who built the colorblind setting didn't ask somebody who's colorblind, which is like not funny, but like they just disagreed with how it was. And like obviously that thankfully doesn't impact me, but if it impacts you, even if you didn't like their setting, it's not going to fix everything, but a big part of the game is doing the attributes, right? So it would fix that. So you can at least customize it. That's good. That's good. Is the company who made the UI now also working on fixing it, or is SI fixing it themselves? Probably yes is the answer to that question. But the Knights of U do have listed on their website that they are doing bug fixes on top of like working on the game. So it's probably, my guess is like they're the ones who develop parts of the code, so they're probably having to talk to them, right? Let me get this pulled up real quick. Just a second. We'll take a look at this. So UI development, profiling and optimization, bug fixing, implementation of core systems, and graphics programming. So if for some reason you didn't watch my video from Monday, was it Monday? Maybe it was Monday. That's what happened there. So they have outsourced part. They are listed. Oh, where is it? As they have it on their own website as co-developed. So they have co-developed the game, which would make sense then if the thing you co-developed didn't work, it would come back to you to do the then bug fixing, right? Now, what percentage of the game was co-developed, we don't know, right? We'll probably never know. But yeah, my guess is Cookie Monster that if they co-developed it, they would send it back to them. So yeah, the option for changing colors seemed like more SI staff would think of doing that. When I have worked in recruiting of technical professionals, so I know enough to be dangerous on the outsourcing thing. What I will say is like what the Knights of U would have done would have been developed the code to the spec that they were given, So it highlights to me the problem with outsourcing the game because you don't understand how to use Unity to a company that doesn't understand Football Manager is how you get a game that doesn't feel like Football Manager. But they're working on it. And again, I'm not going to sit here and bash them right now. They did a good job in terms of the patch today. The loan stuff, the transfer and wage budget stuff, I haven't had to deal with that as much because I'm at Stirling. I may be on later. I'm going to go grab some dinner, but I may be on later to go through the transfer window and see what we got. And maybe that will reveal some stuff. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the bell, and then hit the like button on your way out. I really appreciate everybody joining on relatively short notice. I should probably do this more often. So, wow, 528 people watch. Holy cow. Okay, that's wild. We will see you maybe a little bit later. And I might stream tomorrow because I think the transfer window is going to take me a while because I have a lot of players that I want to check this. Oh, they got these working. Now what happens when I click off of it? Go back. I think they've fixed the colors on the expiration of the contracts. That's pretty epic. It should have worked the entire time, but it's pretty epic that they've at least fixed it. So, as we see here, nope, they haven't fixed it. Nope, spoke too soon. Why are some of these red and some of these are yellow? This one's in 2028. What are we doing? But, oh. I was so hopeful. Oh, they've borked it. But then, like, when you leave and come back, it quasi-fixes. Like, this looks correct now, because technically this is not within a year because we're in May. So that, I can actually understand that these in May of 2027 are yellow, and this one is not because it's June. But what I was trying to highlight is if we go to our... let's swap in our best 11 here. That's pretty much it. Okay. Oh gosh. Fix yourself. I've got Dale Hilson, Ross Cunningham, Karse, and Ross McGeechee coming out of contract. And I've got a bunch of like youth prospect type players coming out of contract. So, yeah, we'll have to see about that. So I'm going to go eat. I'll come back. Maybe we'll see what my family's doing tonight. Got 2 kids. Kids are important. Wife's important. Not in that order. Wife first. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button on your way out. And subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified, or join the Discord, which is in the description of the video. Fantastic community in the Discord. Has almost nothing to do with me and has everything to do with the people that are in there, including Mateus, Eduardo, Valente that was in here earlier. Hello, my fellow kids. Old Lady Plays. These people are in the Discord hanging out, and I'm sorry if I missed you and you're in the Discord. I'm just going off of usernames I quickly recognize. And we'll see you later. Have a good one.